So as mentioned in the prior video, we're heading to New Zealand this fall, and we're very excited about that, but we wanted to start planning a trip for 2026 to try to get the best rates. We have a bit of a disagreement though on where we're planning to head next. So I would like to go to Iceland.
And I would like to go to Alaska. So we are kind of hoping that you could help us decide where.
So we figured we'd do a little trial and you guys get to be the jury.
Yeah, we watch way too much TV.
That's right. So I would like to start with my opening statement. Members of the jury, today we are gathered not just to compare destinations, but to determine where our next unforgettable adventure should be. My client, Iceland, stands confidently before you. A land where fire meets ice, where nature's raw power dances along serene beauty, and where travel dreams come to life in ways Alaska simply cannot match. Now let me be clear, Alaska is indeed majestic. Towering peaks, rugged wilderness, vast tundras deserves admiration. But when it comes to accessibility, variety, and once-in-a-lifetime experiences, Iceland takes the crown.
Okay, so I guess my turn. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that's you. So today we are not choosing a destination. We are deciding the story we're going to tell our grandkids. We are deciding what kind of vacation we want. And I want an unforgettable vacation. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that's Alaska. Picture this: towering glaciers crashing into icy waters, shores stretching beyond imagination, and wildlife that is not hiding, it's surrounding you. You just don't see bears or eagles and whales. You're just standing right there among them, and they totally humbling you. Now, opposing counsel, Aka here, Bob, speaks of fire. Let's see what he said. Fire, Iceland is fire and ice. But, you know, Alaska offers something deeper, like glaciers, wilder landscapes, and rail journeys through Denali, dog sledding on real glaciers, fish. You like fishing, right?
I do.
We like fish. We like salmon. So you can fish next to the locals, and they have culture. They're so rich in culture. And let's be clear, also one thing, Alaska offers all this without crossing the border. No passports, no visas, no currency confusion, no translations, just an epic adventure made easy. So this is not a choice between good or bad. They're both good. They're both really good. It's between temporary beauty and eternal memory, because we are trying to create memories. So will you settle for a highlight reel, or would you just claim the full masterpiece? Because that's Alaska, a masterpiece.
Not bad, not bad. But my fellow travelers and members of the jury, my lovely wife and esteemed colleague has painted a powerful portrait of Alaska. And I agree. It is a place of awe and wonder. Towering glaciers, wild landscapes, deep cultural roots. There's no denying its magnificence. But there isn't a contest of whether Alaska is great. It is. The question before us is this: when it comes to your next transformative travel experience, what destination offers the greatest impact on a timeline that matches your busy lifestyle and with the most variety and accessibility? The answer, respectfully, is Iceland. And let me explain why. I've got 3 points for you. First of all, Iceland delivers more in less time. Alaska is undeniably majestic, but its sheer size can be a logistical challenge. In fact, Alaska, did you know, is 17 times larger than Iceland? And that means seeing its iconic sights often requires long travel days, connecting flights, and serious time out of your otherwise busy schedule. Iceland, by contrast, delivers a world of natural wonder in a compact, easy explored package. Think of it this way. Alaska is kind of like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Vast, overwhelming, and hard to digest in one sitting. Iceland, on the other hand, is like fine dining. Thoughtfully portioned, beautifully presented, and full of unforgettable flavors. You don't leave stuffed and bloated. You leave satisfied, energized, and forever changed by the experience. In just 1 week, you can circle the entire country along the stunning ring road, experiencing waterfalls, glaciers, volcanoes, black sand beaches, and geothermal hot springs, all without backtracking or booking a float plane. You don't have to choose between landscapes in Iceland. You get them all. Point number 2. Now let's talk about wildlife. My colleague over here spoke passionately about the thrill of standing among bears and being humbled by them. And yes, bears are impressive, no doubt. They're big, they're bold, and occasionally a little bit too close for comfort. But if you're looking for adorable over adrenaline, which is kind of what I would like, I would suggest puffins. Arctic foxes, reindeers, yes, reindeers do exist. Whales and seals are a better option for allowing you to use your return flight home and not get eaten or mauled. And while we're on the subject, yes, my colleague is likely to mention that Alaska has puffins too. But I think we can all agree that the Alaskan puffin is trying a bit too hard with that hairstyle to look a little bit like Gary Busey. Point number 3, my final point. Iceland just has this coolness factor that you simply won't find anywhere else on Earth. Did you know the country sits right on the mid-Atlantic ridge, where the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates are slowly pulling apart?
I'm sure they all knew that.
Yes, most people.
Common knowledge.
Yes, I'm sure. At a place called Silfra, you can actually scuba dive between the two continents in glacier waters so clear that the visibility stretches over 100 meters. And yes, you can literally touch the two continents at once, all while floating in one of the most surreal underwater landscapes in the world. Where else can you say you swam through a crack in the earth itself?
Do you know what I hear about point number 3? You done?
Yes, I'm done. Go ahead.
Are you sure you're done?
Well, I would like to close if you wouldn't mind.
I would, but go ahead.
Okay. Both destinations offer something remarkable, but for travelers seeking the thrill of epic landscapes, the ease of exploration, and the magic of a place that feels like nowhere else on Earth, Iceland offers more in less time with fewer barriers. It's not about choosing between good and bad. It's about choosing what's best for the journey you want to have. And if you're looking to pack it more with diversity in less time, Iceland is ready to deliver. Thank you.
Are we short in time? Can we just go for a week? What?
Some of us are.
Memories are not making a week. They're timeless. Anyways, okay. I took some notes and I highlight some of his stuff because it's funny. Okay, so members of the jury. My esteemed opponent, aka Bob, my husband, right? He just gave a glowing Yelp review for Iceland, but I'm sure it's lovely. I mean, it looks lovely in the pictures, picturesque even. But let's not mistake efficient for epic. Let's break this down. So, point one, you said Iceland delivers more in less time. Okay. Yes, Alaska is huge, 17 times, you said? 17 times bigger, okay? Because it has more to offer. Iceland is a sampler platter. Alaska is the 5-course feast of your travel dreams, since you were comparing it with food. You don't just go and check off waterfalls in Alaska. You helicopter onto a glacier. You get off the helicopter and stand on the glacier. Mosh a dog sled across it. You know what mosh means?
Yes.
Okay, it's the sound they do to make them go.
It sounds like mush.
It sounds like mush. So very cool. A dog sled with huskies, real huskies. Come on. And then you can watch the whales breach while you're sitting having dinner. Now, Iceland may be compact, but it also means crowded roads. Iceland has the same few attractions that you see in every travel blogger site or every Pinterest post. Now, Alaska, you said somewhere in there that it's too much. No. It's not overwhelming. It's just allergic to mediocrity. Iceland is fine dining. Please. Alaska serves an adventure a la carte, and the portions are legendary. Now, point two, you said Iceland's wildlife is adorable, not alarming or something like that. Well, adorable is fine. I'm all for adorable, but just good for stuffed animals. What are we doing here? But if you want your heart to skip a beat in the best way, nothing beats whale watching or watching a grizzly bear catching a salmon just midair. Orcas, you can see the tail slapping in the sea. I mean, hello, puffin. And then let's go back to the puffin thing. So, sure, Iceland has puffins just like Alaska does, but Alaska has puffin prime, tougher, fluffier, and probably running for office. And while Arctic foxes hide, Alaska's wildlife performs. Whales breach, birds fish, eagles soar. Like Disney, like a Disney movie, but better cinematography. Now, if you want cuddly, go to a petting zoo, Bob. If you want wild, go to Alaska. And for the record, Alaskan puffins aren't channeling Gary Busey. That's it, right? Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey. They just have style. Total icons. Okay, point three. Iceland has a coolness factor. That's what you say. Cool? Absolutely. But let me raise you. Alaska lets you fly over eight national parks. You like to fly? Imagine flying. Imagine the view. 8. Did I say 8?
I hope you have a lot of gas.
8 national parks. It has more glaciers than the rest of the world combined. Now, you said something about, because I stopped listening, tectonic plates. That's neat. Alaska, let's just stand on a living glacier. You can kayak next or in between icebergs. And you can walk through centuries of indigenous culture all before lunch. And let's not forget the Northern Lights. Okay, both destinations have the Northern Lights, right? Iceland has it. But in Alaska, you can watch them from a private lodge beside a nice fire. In Iceland, from a parking lot. See the difference? Parking lot, lodge. I don't think so. And then you said that Iceland has Silfra. Well, Alaska lets you hike a glacier and kiss a husky. One day, all those things. So that's such a school. That's legendary.
Well,
So my closing argument, since you like to do that. Okay, so yes, Iceland is fast, neat, and tidy. It's the Netflix miniseries of travel. But Alaska is the Oscar-winning big screen epic. So if you want easy, sure, go to Iceland. But if you want to feel something, really feel it, to be small beneath Denali, to be moved by nature's raw power, to be changed by the silence of the wild, you choose Alaska. Because when the jury, that means you guys, come back with your comments, or the verdict in this case, on where to make memories that will outlast your passport stamp up, the only possible answer is Alaska. Case closed. Alaska wins.
we'll see.
You'll see. So let us know in the comments, Alaska or Iceland.
Yep. We're anxious to hear from you.
Okay. See you next time.
All right. Bye all.